There, Shelley Sanders here, psychic medium and business intuitive, and welcome to Spiritual Sunday. So I am so excited that you're here. Do me a favor, like the page so you'll know when I'm going live, and then also share so we can get this message out to as many psychic mediums and those who are working in the spiritual business, whether they're a practitioner, they do Reiki, massage therapy. Let's get this message out to as many people as possible. So let's jump right in. So, our topic today is it spiritual to make money as a psychic or medium? So, the reason why I want to have this conversation is when it comes to spiritual work, there is definitely an imbalance when it comes to making money. There's an imbalance because there's a lot of guilt and judgment around it. So, if you've ever been in a situation where someone has maybe tried to shame you around making money, there's also some thoughts and beliefs on that it's spiritual to be poor. But the thing is when you're poor, you can't really help people. And if your business doesn't make money, then you can't expand your reach and you can't really help those who you're intended to reach. So it kind of puts you in a position where you have to start to challenge what have you been taught, what have people said, because there's a lot of backstory about money and psychic and mediumship. And then also think about it. Some people will affiliate money with greed, with ego. They may also affiliate money with power, with like abuse of power. So if you're someone who is concerned that if you make so much money that you might lose yourself, you're going to want to look at that because that's really important. And so it's all based on your thoughts and beliefs of when you grew up in your family, whether if your family had money or not. They may have said that rich people are stingy or rich people are bad or that we don't have money and we can't afford this. So you have to start looking at the money talk that's going on in your head. And then you have to also check in with yourself to see how are you feeling about making money. Because here's one thing that I know for sure. There is an agreement when it comes to working for someone else, when it comes to working for corporate, there is no issues about accepting money. So that's, everyone has agreed on that. But for some reason, when it comes to the spiritual work, when you start to charge, there's some guilt around that. And so, hey, Kate, welcome. So glad that you're here. Thanks for joining. So glad that you're here because we are talking about is it spiritual to make money as a psychic or a medium? And I really want to address this because there are so many people that are in this industry that can actually help people, but you struggle because you won't allow the money in because you more than likely you rather be liked than actually make money. And so we definitely want to go deeper into this. Hey Shanice, so great to see you. Thank you for joining. So, when you think about it, what have people told you to kind of make you kind of pull back a little bit? Did somebody say to you that if you have a gift as a psychic or medium that you shouldn't make money and that it should be free? Did someone ever tell you that you should donate your services and maybe not charge a regular amount of money for service? Like, are you currently just bartering and trading your services away and not really getting what you need? And so it's really important to start to look at that and have this conversation because I know that in this field of spirituality, being a psychic or a medium or an intuitive. Hey Denise, so great to see you. Thanks for joining. So it's important because I know that you have a loving heart. And I know that you want to do good work and you want to help a lot of people. But the thing is if you don't allow money to come in, if you feel some type of guilt around charging for your services, it's going to be really difficult for you to help people. It's going to be hard for you to reach people, especially during this current climate dealing with COVID. We can't really do a lot of indoor things that we used to. So if you've been used to doing a lot of local things where maybe you meet with clients one-on-one, or maybe you've given workshops, little small workshops, it's important now more than ever to allow money to come in for you, because what that money will do is it will pay for technology. So it's going to allow you to reach people not only in your city and state, but across the U.S. Or if you're brave enough, take a deep breath, across the world, right? All around the world. There are people here that need you, that are looking for your guidance, that are really in tune with your particular voice, your style, your energy. They're waiting for you. They just can't find you because you're not visible. And the reason why you're not visible is, more than likely you're kind of hanging back and you don't want to say too much because you don't want people to know what you do on a very big stage. And if you're hanging back, then that's also a way that you're starting to cut off your energy and also your money supply. So I know for myself that I have been guilted, and someone has told me that being a psychic or a medium, that I should not charge for my services and that I should give it away. And that really bothered me, because when I turned around and I asked that person, well, are you willing to go to your boss and say, hey, don't pay me anymore because I feel like I should give my services away? The answer was no. So there's some type of thought process around spirituality and making money. And so we really need to get this online, and we need to get it together. And I also know that, we as people having open hearts and wanting to help everyone, we tend to overgive. So you give more than what you're receiving, and you give so much that you're tired and exhausted. So by the time that your spirit team gives you this great idea of how you can make money, you are now too tired to implement anything. That is like the last thing that you want to do. You sit back, you take this deep breath, you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot do one more thing, right? Can you relate? I see the hearts. Thank you so much. Yeah, Denise says that's your energy you are using. Yes, so you are using your energy. So when you use your energy, it is okay, because money is also energy, and it's an even exchange. So you use your energy to connect, whether it's psychically, soul to soul, or if you're connecting up mediumship wise, it's okay to charge for that because it is normal. There's no way that you would ever give your time or your energy to anything else where you would not charge. And so that's why it's so important to open up and have this conversation. And so I want to check in with you. Like, do you feel some type of guilt or shame? Do you have any problems charging for your services? And if you are charging, are you undercharging? Are you asking for what you're really worth? Or are you kind of like biting your nails like, oh my gosh, if I ask for this, they're going to think I'm a fraud. They're going to judge me. Like, are you more concerned about being judged than you are about helping people? So I would love to know where you are currently on this, because I know that there's a lot of bartering, there's a lot of trading off. And let me just, as you're typing in, let me share with you why this is coming up. So it really hits you. So Kate says, how do you suggest figuring out prices? So what you can do is you can always test it out. So what you want to do is create some type of structure. So are you charging for a half hour, or are you charging for an hour? And then you also want to check in with people that are around you. What are people around you charging? So you kind of fit somewhere in that. And then you want to check in with your body also. Like, do you have a lot of resistance? So where do you feel like you're okay with charging? And if you're starting to get some resistance, it's okay to get a little bit of resistance, because you want to be able to push up against that. But you don't want to go so far over to where you're going to completely sabotage it and not let any money come in at all. So I hope that that makes sense. And Kate says, definitely struggling with and wondering if I'm worth it. Yep, that's it. And I'm going to discuss the chakras, because there's one in particular that is all about self-worth, and when we hold that, we don't let the money in. Denise says that in crafting it, it's hard to charge what you really deserve. Okay, so you're both are saying the same thing. So here's what I want to say. So let's talk about the chakras for a moment, because that's where a lot of our energy is stored, and when they're closed up, It's not allowing energy to feed your body, and it's not allowing energy to pass through you in order for you to charge. So the root chakra, that base, that's all about survival. That's fight, flight, or being accepted. So if you're concerned about what people think about you or not fitting in, that is hitting right there in your root chakra. And so it might be more important for you to be broke than to have money. Okay, so that will come up because it's that much more important for you to fit in. With your sacral, this is all about your, so the root, so the sacral is the one that's right at the belly button. So with this one, it's all about thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. So it depends on, what did your family say about money? Do you struggle with it? Is there something coming up where you judge people for having money, or do you think that people are more worthy and noble that don't have money? So did you grow up in the household where they say that poor people are happier and rich people struggle more and they're less happy because they have money? So you want to start looking at the money talk that's currently in your head. And then also with the solar plexus, that is all about your intuition. So this is important to clear up, and this is really important to make money, because this is where your spirit team talks to you. So they give you those ideas about how you can make money in your business, and they start sending people to you. But if you have that closed off, you're not going to allow it to come in. And then also with the solar plexus, here's another thing. It's all about self-worth. So if you are concerned about not being accepted, so both of you have pretty much said the same thing on being accepted. Not feeling good enough, that's a big one here. So if you don't feel good enough, if you judge yourself, if you compare yourself to others, that's all about the solar plexus. So that one is just right at the breastbone. So if you ever feel that part of your stomach tightening up, maybe it feels like a muscle spasm, that's your solar plexus, and it's pretty much closed as far as how you project yourself to the world, what you see about and creating yourself, and then how others see you. So for a long time, my solar plexus used to be closed because I wanted to kind of hide back in the shadows and not be seen. But I really do understand with this work, you absolutely have to be seen in order to reach people, if that makes sense. And so Shanice says is that I don't know how to start. Well, the way to start is you want to be able to get quiet and be willing to do that inner work. And I know that that could be a tough thing, because there's a lot of times we will bury and we'll hide things because we don't want to see it. And we hide things also for protection. And so if you're willing to go on the journey and start to write, that information will start to come up. Second way is, once you're quiet, you can listen to that negative talk that's in your head that's really loud, because if you're paying attention to it, it's saying all of the things that maybe you've been ignoring, and you can start picking up on that. So if you say, oh, I'm not worth it, or this person is so much better than I am, who am I to think that I could ever do this? That's that loud talk in your head, and you want to start paying attention to it, okay? And then the last chakra that I want to talk about is the throat chakra. So this is all about speaking your truth. This is about speaking up. This is about representing spirit. It's about allowing people to see you. So if you were in a household where children should be seen and not heard, this could be a tough one for you to start speaking up. If you're still in a spiritual closet where people don't know that you do this type of work, that could also be tough for you. Especially if you have a 9-to-5 job, you might be concerned about your coworkers or your boss finding out, and you may be worried about being judged. And so people will try to shut you down. They'll try to shame you. And then there's also trolls out there that will say that they don't believe it, or that it's evil, or that you're scamming people. And the thing is, they don't understand. And so that can also hit you in the area of people pleasing, and then thinking like, oh my goodness, maybe I shouldn't do this, because not everybody believes or understands. So anyone that thinks that you're scamming or that you're a troll, obviously they're not your people. Your people will be drawn to you because they're just attracted to your energy, and they're looking for your help. And so Kate says, yep, my mother said that all the time. Yep. So you want to make sure that that you don't people please, and the way to do that is to put the work ahead of yourself. So if you say that you're doing the work for spirit and you're here to be of service, then you're not caught up in your own stuff that comes up through your little ego about your mindset and that negative chatter. It'll be a lot easier for you to continue forward if you put the work first. So Shanice says, hi, about being a pastor with a church. Oh, like me. Yeah, you know what? I come from a really religious background, and when I was 4, my family absolutely shut down my mediumship because my grandfather was afraid of it. So if you come from a religious background, that could be really tough. It took me a while to really balance being okay with a psychic and a medium. And if I'm going to be honest, it took me a long time before I could accept that word psychic, because there was so much around it where people were doing fraudulent things and they were doing scamming things. And so it just took on this really negative vibe, and I didn't want to be associated with that. So a lot of times I would say intuitive. But now I say, hey, I'm a psychic medium and I'm also a business intuitive, right? So the thing that I want to do is I really want to help you ladies out, because I know that you're here to make a difference, but you can't do it if you don't have the money coming in. So one of the things that I know for sure about me is I'm here to answer my soul's call so I can help you do the work that you're born to do. So I definitely am getting this from spirit to step out even further and help. And I love business, I love numbers, and I love helping my clients make money. That's a lot of fun for me. So here's the thing. I do have something for you ladies that is absolutely free. It is a free call, and it's called Spiritual Money. And so we'll get on the call together about 55 minutes, and then we'll go over like, where are you being held up? Is it coming up for you where it's negative, where it's a whole mental thing, where it's like a money mindset and you're not letting it in? We'll check to see maybe if it's stuck in your chakras to where you're just having an issue with making money because you really care about what people think, or maybe you're just concerned about not being accepted. So I did set this up for you. It's on my calendar. It's absolutely free, and we'll locate where everything is. And then during the call, if you and I decide that, you know what, we want to continue and we want to do even deeper work, then we'll talk about how we can do the deeper work. But what I want to do is just help you to figure out where it is and what you can start doing right now to start letting that go so you can get out there. And so what I did, and if you're on Facebook, I did include the link there. I'm going to, let's see if I can type it into Instagram. So I'm going to go ahead and type it into Instagram, the link, so that you guys can go ahead and sign up for this free call. Shanice says, wow, thank you so much. You're welcome. I say thank you because, here's the one thing I know about spirit. Once they have something that they want me to do, and if I don't get it out there, they will absolutely pull the rug from underneath me. So I know if there's something that I need to do, I want to make sure that I do it, and I want to make sure that I help you, and I wanted to make sure that I included it on this call today. So let me know, what do you think so far about what I shared? Do you feel like this call that we'll have together can be actually helpful to you to get out there? And would also love about, how do you feel about getting out there in front of more people? Because I know with some of us, we're a little bit timid and we're a little shy and we don't necessarily like public speaking. So another thing is, when you, I'm just typing here. Let's see if I can type and talk at the same time. So the thing is, when you are able to make money, you can actually start investing in yourself. And when you're able to invest in yourself, so let's say that you are concerned about public speaking and maybe you're not comfortable with it, you could always hire like a coach or someone to help you with that. So that's really important. So I just wanted to go ahead and do this. And if my phone is shaking, I'm terribly sorry. I'm almost done here. Okay, let's see. We're almost there. And that should be it. All right, so I just put it in here. There we go. So yeah, so definitely let me know what you guys think. Is this helpful for you? Because I found with myself that like as I began to clear my chakras and was okay with making money, that 2019 really took off for me. Like I was so out there and in public, that people were like, "Wow, Shelley, you were doing a lot." They were like, "You're doing too much." And so, you know, when you get people saying things like that, just know that they're saying that from a place where it's like triggering them and they're not meant to do it. But Spirit was like really getting me out there. So I was doing a lot of in-person group readings as well as, you know, one-on-one readings. Started doing Facebook Lives, and now I'm doing a combination of Facebook and Instagram Lives. And so, for me, it's all about, you know, really talking out and being out there. And I also started doing classes. So I'm listening to Spirit, you know, and the thing is when you're able to listen to Spirit and you're able to do it, when they nudge you, so that's that sacral chakra, right? And when your solar plexus is also clear and you're able to start with your intuition and you're able to get the information in from Spirit, just know that that is a sign for you that manifestation is right on the edge of happening. And all you need to do is take a step, take action, implement. Because it means that all the people are lined up, the situations are lined up to help you. But if you don't take action or implement, you're going to miss out on that manifestation and then it's not going to happen. So Denise says, you are always helpful. There's always wisdom in your talks. Thanks, Denise. I appreciate that. I love sharing information. I love helping you. Shanice says, yes, it would be so awesome. Yes. So I want to see you guys get out there because when good people have money, you get to make a difference in the world. When you're poor and broke, you really can't reach anyone because you are so stressed out about your own bills that you don't have the energy or the strength to help your clients. You know what I mean? Like we know what it's like to be stressed out, right? Like, oh my gosh, rent's coming up, how am I going to pay this? Or the car note's coming up and I'm short on this because this unexpected bill just came up. So your body gets really tight, your breathing gets shallow, and you're really stressed. So let's get ahead of it. Let's start getting you cleared now so you can make money so that nothing, if something unexpected pops up, it's not going to rock. It may rock you a little bit, but you're not going to fall down. You'll be okay. And so that's what I want to do is I want to help you get ahead of things because 2020 is really unstable. I know this firsthand because as of March 31st, my full-time job went away. So I want to help you so that if the little hiccup or something comes up, we want to make sure that money is already flowing so that you're okay and you don't freak out or melt down, okay? So, so I hope that that was very helpful. So let me just share with you a couple of things that I have coming up. So if you enjoy mediumship and you want to know more about development, I am doing that. I'm doing a free online masterclass this coming Thursday, which is called Developing Mediumship. And again, that's another thing that I've been doing through Spirit or masterclasses. And so I believe that some of you that are here right now live are already signed up. But you know, if you have friends or something that would be helpful or it can really benefit them, share this with them as well. I will be doing some free mini readings and I'm going to be going over the 5 steps of mediumship. I'm going to share with you how to hold your link so that you can get information consistently so it doesn't drop out. I'm going to share with you how you can get relationships by using my 2-step technique. And if you're interested in that, the URL is mediumship.eventbrite.com. And then the last thing that I have coming up is an event with Clayton Silva. So he and I are going to get together. We're going to deliver messages from Spirit. We're going to have a wonderful time. That is Saturday night, October 24th. We do have early bird tickets available. And let me just say with you one more thing is as you start to get out there, people notice you. They start asking you to work with them and do things. So Clayton Silva actually saw me because I did a Sunday service, and that Sunday service was streamed on Facebook Live. And because he liked the way that I did messages, he asked me to do an event with him. So again, when we clear up our chakras, when we open up our voice, when we allow energy to flow in, it starts bringing in opportunities to get us out there further, okay? So if you want to join us there, the URL is csmessages.eventbrite.com. So I'm just so excited. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's topic. I had a great time sharing it with you. Take advantage, sign up. The call is free as far as spiritual money. Let's get you out there. Let's help you out. And if we need to do deeper work, we'll talk about it during the call. But let's get us on the call together so we can get some energy moving. We can get some money coming into you. All right. So have a wonderful Sunday. Take care and have a great day.